Thank you very much, Mark. Yes, we are here with Gina Hedrington from Paws, and what we're doing in this part of the show, we will be looking at some dogs looking for homes later on. But this is a good news story because we've brought back some dogs who have been successfully homed, and all the dogs here are greyhounds this morning. And Gina, a couple of weeks ago, was in telling us horrific stories about after their use of as race dogs, the majority of them are put down. But so she was looking for homes, and we've 4 here who are successfully homed, Gina, thanks to the programme. Let's start on the far end.
The far end, this is Francois. Francois was on the show with us before, and she adopted Billy. And when she was so impressed with him that she came back and adopted a second one, Tigger, who's the one I have here. The next dog is Theo.
And they were saying that you're just talking to Francois and others here. They were saying that they're great pets. They're really placid and they're just wonderful pets to have. And you wouldn't think it when you think of greyhounds. You sort of say, nah, not a family pet.
Yeah, absolutely. People have this idea that they need to be, run around the place all day. As Andrea was saying, they're 45-mile-an-hour couch potatoes is basically what they are. But
they still need to get out and run around and have a bit of exercise.
They need 2 sprints a day. 2 sprints a day.
So if you bring them to a park in the morning and later on the evening, they're fine.
Exactly, an enclosed area, and once their recall is right, just let them off or put them on an extension lead and let them run around in circles, and then they go home and they lie on the couch for the rest of the day. But the ladies just wanted to give people their impressions today, and I promise they're not plants. These are totally separate people who've adopted greyhounds from us, and if for time they wanted to have just a quick word about their experience with them.
Okay, well we'll just go over to Francois then. And Francois, how do you find them?
Absolutely brilliant. Better than men.
Better than men. Well, that's saying something. What's your name?
Claire is my name.
Claire. And you've adopted one here.
I have adopted one, but I have another one at home as well that I found about 3 years ago.
And why greyhounds?
They're like what Gina said. They're laid back. They're quiet. They're placid. Just brilliant. No bother at all. I mean, he slept in the car all the way over.
And your name is?
Andrea.
Andrea. And tell me again, why did you choose a greyhound?
Well, I'd seen the peels and I'd heard what great pets they make, and they're brilliant with kids, and they're just very gentle, very affectionate.
So have you got kids in your house?
I do too, a 4-year-old and a 10-year-old.
And how do they get on with it?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. He's very affectionate, and they never bite or growl, or they're lovely dogs.
Okay, so good news there then, Gina, and it is a case of like we hear those stories that thousands of them are put down every year. So if you do want to adopt a dog, maybe you should think of a greyhound.
Yeah, absolutely, because I mean, we get every greyhound up to this that we've got has had to be, as we call it, exported to the US or to England, where they see them as pets. They're just like every other dog to the Americans and the English, whereas in Ireland there's this stigma attached to them that they're racing animals and that they're going to kill every cat in the neighbourhood and every rabbit in the neighbourhood, and you really have to keep them under control. But I mean, if you're worried about that, all you have to do is get a light plastic muzzle when you're bringing them out for a walk, and just you can use that if you're worried about that. But they do make the most fantastic pets.
Okay, as we said, some good news stories here, and Gina has some pets who are looking for a home, and we're bringing you them about 5 to 9, so tune in for that. It's back into studio.